Merry Christmas, my friends. For it is still Christmas. We celebrate 12 days of Christmas in our church. But today is the day after Christmas. It is December the 26th, known as Boxing Day, or also known as St. Stephen's Day. For this is historically celebrated as the day that Stephen, the first deacon, was martyred. Kind of a bleak thing for the day, but it has become a day of celebration. What's going through my mind today, though, is perhaps one of the lesser-known Christmas carols, Good King Wenceslas. He was a Polish, he wasn't actually a king. Well, he became a king later. I'll walk you through that. King Wenceslas looked out on the feast of Stephen today, when the snow lay round about deep and crisp and even, brightly shone the moon that night, though the frost was cruel, when a poor man came in sight, gathering winter fuel. Wenceslas was known for his benevolence and his love of the poor. Now, he was a baron, and he ultimately was canonized by the church and became a saint. And in the canonization process, the Pope conferred upon him the title of king, even though he really wasn't a king at his time. But what made him truly special was the love he had for his people. He would go out at night, after everybody had gone to bed, attended only by one servant, one page, and would help all the people. He would bring them food, he would bring them fuel for their fire, he would bring them money, he would bring a doctor if necessary. He really loved his people, but he did all of his work more or less in the dark of night, in secret. It was that sort of don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. And it's a beautiful thing. He cared so deeply for his fellow human beings that though he was royalty and had a life of privilege, he didn't feel that gave him any more claim to discipleship than anyone else. And so he used that opportunity to care for the poor. And that's the message of that particular hymn. And boy, I can't think of a better thing for us right now. As we go into the Christmas season, we, as people of faith, we care deeply about one another. And we practice acts of kindness in the run-up and preparation for Christmas. And yet, today is the day after Christmas. And so, brothers and sisters, how do we keep this Christmas spirit going all the year round? How do we, like Wenceslas, practice our faith, not just on Christmas Day, but on the day after and on the month after? How do we live it in February? How do we live it in June? How do we live it in September? That's our challenge as Christians. Take heart, though, for good King Wenceslas gives us that example. May you follow that example. May I follow that example so that we can live into the call to love God and love one another.